Some of the comments.
I didn't do this, dude.
I mean, that's a moment of I mean, it's more than a moment of silence for the Padres season. We were going to go 4 minutes for their 0-4 record against the Pirates until someone said somebody farted and
I lost
something about your wedding. I mean, it's really inexplicable. I mean, there's nothing to say. We considered actually doing it for an hour, and it just
legitimately just being silent for an hour,
mentioning the sponsors. But we're with you here tonight. We're going to talk about this thing. We tried to go 4 full minutes. We got close. John and Jim with you on the wrap-up show. Subscribe if you're here. We're going to break this thing down.
Hit the like button.
Smash the like button for us. Follow us on social media at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for the supers. We'll run through all the supers here tonight. Thank you guys. Money, what are we watching, or what we are watching is excellence. And David, this is art. Thank you guys for the initial supers of the night. If you want to contribute, if you want to support, click the $ below the chat box. If you have questions, if we want to talk buyers, sellers, I mean, how can you even talk about that after tonight? Get your super chat in by clicking the $ below the chat box. Appreciate the memberships. Click the join button below if you'd like to become a member, get custom emojis and badges. I mean, this is about as bad as you can possibly imagine. Everything's set up for you. You lose to the Tigers on Sunday, okay, and you're lethargic. You come home and you play like that. I mean, that's unbelievable. Now it's the National League and it's not good, and you're still not buried, and it's only one game. But how many times do you have to say that? Just a pathetic, uninspiring performance that someone, and I haven't seen the quotes yet, Jim. I haven't heard from Bob Melvin. I haven't heard from players in the clubhouse. I mean, someone please take accountable for that. Someone please be accountable or take responsibility for that performance that was pathetic.
No, you said it. I mean, listening to Sweeney after the game today on Postgame show, he said it in the nicest way possible, what you just said. Just a pathetic showing again against a team that you need. Like, you guys looked at the August schedule yet? Because if you haven't, you're in for a rude awakening. Have you seen September yet? Because if you haven't, you're in for a rude awakening. And I'm talking about the fans and the team. Okay, this might be your last little mini stretch here where you can actually gain some ground against a team that's not good. You know, same thing coming up with the Rockies next week in Colorado. And by the way, who the fuck knows? Because Colorado, they suck. They haven't swept the Rockies in Colorado in forever. So if you're looking for sweeps, probably ain't going to happen next week against the Rockies. It was after what you heard from Melvin yesterday after the game against a guy that they should have beat up on, and then do the exact same thing the next night off a guy you should have beat up on. I mean, we've said it all. It's concerning. It's no fight. It's pathetic. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. And sorry, Manny. Yes, you're going to get asked the same questions over again because you keep doing the same shit over and over and over again. Sorry about it. It's the way professional sports works. And if you don't like it, do something about it. So until this team wakes the fuck up, which it might not be this year, it just might not be, then hey, good night.
I mean, it's crazy because they're 6 games out of a playoff spot, which is a lot with 61 games to play. There's teams they have to pass. But with all that being said, I mean, they're like 6 or 7 games out of being like a wild card leader. I mean, it's not over. As much as you want to say it's over, as much as they play like it's over, as much as they're playing like they have reservations in Cancun in October, it's not over. But I mean, you're AJ Preller and you're buying. And I've said this, Jim, the writing's been on the wall for so long. I finally said it last Monday. I said, I'm not buying. I can't. I mean, I can't dutifully, if that's a word, like sure. I can't with diligence. I can't with my responsibility being, if I'm the general manager, I can't do that. Like that's negligent to me to hold on to pieces like Josh Hader and Blake Snell and then add to this team and then miss out on the postseason and then hinder my ability to win in 2024. I mean, if that's what people want, if people want, you know, I don't know what you want. I mean, I'll take the Yu Darvish bobblehead and 8-4 loss over holding on to Josh Hader and having nothing to show for him in 2024. People are still going to come. There's 2 months left. This team hasn't been good all year. They're still going to come. There's 43,000 people every single night. You got to do what's best for the organization. This team ain't it.
Hey, do you see the straw hat giveaway night? That's going to be fun to go to.
What is it?
The straw hat giveaway.
When's that? Is that tomorrow?
That's going to be a fun giveaway. I don't know when it is. They're promoting it on the broadcast tonight. I love one thing, one of the part, because this is a homer broadcast, obviously, because it's now run by the Padres, and it always has been. But
yeah,
but like, and Don and Mud are great, but it's so funny how during the game they're losing 8-4, and they put up a graphic of teams with the most, like the highest walk percentage in baseball.
Yeah, like what?
So it's like 2020 or something.
Soto.
I'm like, who the fuck cares about this stupid, irrelevant stat right now? The team is getting their ass kicked by a team that has gone in the fucking tank. Like, that's what we should be talking about, not walk stats. Like, that was incredible to me to see. I literally laughed out loud. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? You're showing me walk percentage stats of the Padres, since who the fuck cares when you're losing 8-4 to the Pittsburgh Pirates? It was amazing, dude.
That's a very good point. Let me get to some of these supers here. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate your support. We're going to get into this, by the way. We're going to get into this game. We're going to get into the situation that the Padres are in, which is 5 games under 500, 101 games into their season, and, what possibly comes next. Niles, thank you for the super chat. He says, when Bob pinch hits Carpenter, he's giving the middle finger to Preller, right? That's not actually a real baseball move. Was it a left-right thing? Because previously Matthew Batten had pinch hit. I mean, your bench is a joke. I mean, I hate to say that. I wish it wasn't. The bench is a joke. The bench is an absolute joke.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what you get. It's like, and that's on AJ Preller. And that's really, to be honest, it's not even on Matt Carpenter anymore. This is who he's been for a long period of time. You think it's going to change? I'm saying this year. This is who he's been in 2023. You think all of a sudden it's going to magically change? I mean, your bench has Matt Carpenter and Matthew Batten and backup catchers on it. I mean, it's been an issue for years now, the Padres bench.
Because they're so top heavy. And the one thing with Carpenter hitting tonight, there's a couple things I could think of that. Number one, it's the white flag from Bob Melvin. Two, Carpenter's days better be numbered here, or at least they are numbered. And hey, we're down 8-4. This might be one of your last at-bats of your career.
Go enjoy
before we DFA you. We're not winning this game, so go out there and just do whatever,
I don't know.
But, yeah, you're right. The bench has been shit. You have to go through guys like Matt Carpenter and Nelson Cruz and Rougned Odor
to see if Rivas.
Yeah, to see if just something sticks. I mean, I got PTSD tonight looking at Alfonso Rivas at first base wearing number 30. I was like, whoa.
Right. What is this?
Yeah, and he's, not scooping the ball at first, and you're like, what the am I in like a different dimension right now? What's going
on? Alejandro, thank you for the super chat as well. He wants to know, why is Carp still getting ABs? I mean, this is the team he has. I mean, if you have a 26-man roster, you're going to use them. I promise you that. You're not going to sit guys. It's the big leagues. 162 games. You're going to use guys. So, you can't hide anyone. When you're losing, Luis Garcia is going to pitch. Pedro Avila is going to pitch.
It's just disheartening, dude. Like, you get sellout after sellout. By the way, they're 40th sellout of the year tonight. And
that's
these
amazing.
fans.
That's amazing.
And you just have, nothing from this team.
Here's a question, seriously.
What
in the history of baseball, has any team sold out 40 of their first 51 home games and been 5 games below 500 or worse? Maybe like a Red Sox team or a Cubs team at a small
I would say yes, because the team that is selling all those games, like either the previous year won a World Series or something along those lines.
But has anyone ever done it having not won the World Series the previous year?
Well, some people in this town would celebrate the NLCS run like it's a World Series.
But I'm not being critical. The fans have been amazing.
Amazing. And they've been witness to one walk-off this year and 0 wins in extra innings.
Yeah, home or road.
But they've had a handful of extra inning games at Petco Park.
They're playing in front of 45,000 people every night at Petco. They're under 500 now at Petco Park. They've lost home series to the Royals and the Nationals, and they're losing a home series right now to the Pirates. And they have the 3rd worst record in baseball against teams that are under 500.
18 and 21.
Yeah. So you tell me who they are. That's the team you want to add to?
And look, it's hard to give this man credit, but he makes a great point, and I can't take credit for it, but he makes a great point. It's like, you ever see those memes? Is like when the worst person in the world makes a good
Makes a
point.
great point.
Makes
So
a great point.
who are you referencing?
The one and only Dave Palais.
Okay.
And he honestly makes a great point here. Because we get a lot of texts and calls, and I think we've even broached this before. Like, hey, what about Cody Bellinger? You know, like Cody Bellinger would be the great fit here. He said the Cubs are 5 games out of a wild card spot, and they're supposed to be sellers, but the Padres are 6 games out, and they're supposed to be buyers.
Bro, that's not his point. That's our point. We made that today.
Hey, sorry. It's just, one of those
But
things.
by the way, even if they were sellers, why would they sell to a team that's directly behind them in the standings? That's what is typically referred to as
That's what I
a
mean.
bad look.
Absolutely. That they're not trading Cody Bellinger to the Padres, and they're probably not going to trade Cody Bellinger at all either.
Padres should be off. Like, again, the Milwaukee-San Diego trade last year was flat out weird, and it ruined the dynamic of the Brewers clubhouse. The Cubs aren't doing the same thing. What happened last year was a 1 in 50 trade. In Brewers, Padres, both teams were in it. It's not happening between the Cubs and the Padres. Look elsewhere. I mean, the Cubs aren't trading with the Padres in all likelihood. If you think they're buying, that's fine. If you think they're buying something from a team that's ahead of them in the standings, good luck. RH, thank you for the super chat, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe. Year-round exclusive Padres content. Thank you for the supers. Great way to support the channel. And there's a lot of support needed tonight as the Padres lose to the Pirates 8-4 down at Petco. RH says the only sell the Padres need is Seidler selling. And this is obviously way too far. The Padres aren't near the expectations they have heading into the year without Peter Seidler as the owner. They're not near 40 sellouts. They're not even in a position where they might be a buyer without Peter Seidler. So I don't want to see what the next owner looks like, because I prefer it to be Peter Seidler for a long, long time. Not to say he's been perfect, but come on. I mean, nobody has spent like Peter Seidler in the history of the franchise. Now you want someone else running the franchise? That to me doesn't make sense.
I'd much rather have an owner that spends than one that doesn't. Even if the money spent is unwise, at least you're going for it. It's just the problem with the money that is being spent here is a lot of it is not smart money. I mean, I know it doesn't start technically until next year, but man, this Jake Cronenworth contract, like, I was thinking about it tonight. You got a 27-year-old shortstop who has improved every single year in the big leagues. And then you have a 30-plus-year-old shortstop and second baseman who's declined every single year in the big leagues. Great. He had an awesome postseason moment for you that you'll never, ever forget. And you chose that guy to give $80 million over the younger guy who's improving every year. And that's Ha-Seong Kim.
I don't really get I don't get the Cronenworth deal. I mean, they didn't have to do it. I think they tried to get a little cute, and it's going to cost them potentially for a good while.
Disaster. And I like Cronenworth, but like, I'm sorry, this is a business. This is baseball. It's the pros. I don't care how much you like somebody. If they're not performing, that's a problem. So yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and as much as I bashed Eric Hosmer and not do the same thing for Jake Cronenworth, who's been infinitely worse than Eric Hosmer ever was here in a Padres uniform over the course of a full season.
Yeah, I mean, 657 OPS is really low. My guess is Hosmer, because he could like single you to death a little bit, his OPS is probably higher. Even in his worst season with the Padres, probably like a 700 type player.
Like think about that. This team offensively, if you replaced Eric Hosmer and Jake Cronenworth, you could argue that the team would be better offensively with an Eric Hosmer in the lineup instead of Jake Cronenworth this year.
So Hosmer 2018 with the Padres 720 OPS. Again, Cronenworth this year is 657. In 2019 with the Padres 735. In 2020 with the Padres, again, it was 38 games, 851. In 2021, before he was he traded in 2021?
2022.
No. 732, and then in 2022 it was 727. So each and every year his OPS was at least 55 points higher than Jake Cronenworth's. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. And you got 60 games to make up for it, but Man, you're hitting 205 or whatever it is. I mean, just a god awful year from Jake
It's been
Cronenworth.
terrible. I mean, it's been terrible.
And he's sitting in the middle of the lineup still. Like,
I know.
why?
Well, tonight he's sitting sixth. I mean, you can move Campisano up, that's for sure. RH, thank you again. He says the organization is a fraud. Record shows it. I mean, listen, it's easy to pile on right now. I get it. I mean, it is not a good year.
Nope.
It is not a good year. I understand the frustration. I really do. It's not a good year.
That's why I
Now,
said
with all
today.
that being said, it's like they're not fully out of a gym. If they were 10 out, even 9 out, I'd be like, it's done.
Mhm.
It feels done, but it's not done, is the way I look at it.
I said this today on John and Jim. Like, to this point of the year, you've been miserable this entire season. Even when they win, it's like, why aren't they doing this more? Like, why aren't they looking like this team instead of this team? It's every time this team wins at this point right now, doesn't it feel like it's just like a well, I wish they could do this more. I wish
Right.
there's not like excitement with it. And this
Because you just
team's
know they're not going to. I mean, they haven't won 4 games in a row all year. So why would you think it's coming? I guess that
yeah,
there's a little bit of that sentiment.
they're not fun, they're not exciting, they're not a team that has an identity still. I mean, you're July 24th and you have what's the identity of the Padres other than being bad?
Disappointing. Yeah, frustrating. I mean, they haven't been over 500 since May 10th, and now you'd have to go 6-0 in your next 6 to be over 500. That's not happening. And it'll be August 1st. I mean, they're not going to be over 500 if they are until August. And you're
Yeah,
buying?
you had to start out this homestand on the right foot and on
Yeah,
a
you,
good
you
note.
needed to win this series, and they still may.
Yeah, hey, you got Darvish
You know,
tomorrow, or not Darvish
you
tomorrow,
have
Snell
Snell.
tomorrow. I think you got Lugo
Is it
tomorrow
Lugo?
or
Maybe.
Wednesday. I mean, um, you can still win the series, but again, if you only take 2 or 3 from the Pirates, like it's about more than that now, and that's what Bob Melvin said. You have opportunities here that you can't waste, and you wasted one tonight. And we texted about it, and it's even more frustrating because you know that they're going to still be in it because the rest of the National League sucks.
Yeah, but that's the problem. It's almost like the rest of the National League is going to lead AJ Preller down a path he doesn't want to go down.
I know, and that's a problem.
It's like when you get, when someone puts like a dollar bill on the ground and they've got the fishing reel on it
Yep, and
and
you're
they
just
keep pulling it in, all of a sudden you end up somewhere like you're like, I got caught.
yep.
Like this is a prank. And it feels a little bit to me like a prank. Now, here's the thing. With all that being said, again, I go back to what I've said repeatedly in the first 22 minutes of the show. It's possible. I find it improbable. It's possible. I have to say that. I have to qualify it. It's possible to dig out of this. I still wouldn't buy. Does that make sense? Like you
Mhm.
can do it, but burn the ships and do it with this group. Why
Yeah,
would you add to this group? You don't owe them anything because they haven't given you anything. If they're gonna do it, let them dig out of it themselves. Why would you add bullpen help? Why would you? And Joe Musgrove said a week ago, we're a
who
good team
cares?
without Blake Snell and Josh Hader. If that's the case, move one of them and see if the team can play good baseball without him. Because don't tell me that the linchpin, the keystone of the team is Blake Snell when you're 5 games under 500. There is no keystone. There
Nope.
is no linchpin.
So with Blake Snell, I would set a price. I would seriously look for buyers for Blake Snell. And if you do not get that price, then you keep him. But don't not look around and don't not go and ask teams like, what would you be willing to give us for Blake Snell? Because that would be, like you said all the time, negligent at this point of the year to not see what you possibly could get for them. And who knows, maybe they get blown away. Maybe there's a team out there in contention that really wants to go all in and they look at Blake Snell as a missing piece and they're willing to give you like one of their top prospects for him.
Oh, that team exists. I mean, Blake Snell has, what'd you say today? The lowest ERA in the National League. That team exists. I mean,
So that's what
I'm
they have
moving.
to do. You
I don't
have to do
understand why you
that.
wouldn't move Blake Snell. You're not extending him. Why would you extend him? I mean, he's
Don't
disappointed you at times. You don't pay him on a premium at the top of his time here.
Mm-hmm.
So you either lose them and your compensatory pick is low because you're over the CBT. You're going to keep them for a 5th round pick.
Yeah, that's the thing here. There's two. You can go out and look to see what you can get with Blake Snell without like actively saying no matter what we're going to trade him.
There's
But
a huge fly in here.
oh, cool. But if you don't, if you just right now say we are not trading Blake Snell, and you don't even like ask other teams about him or take calls for teams about him, then that's where the problem lies.
Of course, it's AJ. He's taking calls. He's
I
he's
hope so.
taking calls.
I
They're
hope
not going
so.
straight to voicemail. He's calling back. He's got nothing else going on tonight. Believe me, it's 10:10. There's a lot of calls he's taking. Alejandro, thank you for the super chat. If you're here, subscribe, please. We have year-round content for Padres fans. If you're here, please support. We appreciate the super chats. If you want to make sure to get your comment in, if you want to control the direction of the conversation, if you just want to support, click the $ below the chat box. We really do appreciate it. Like Alejandro, who says, as a Padres fan living in LA, how do I convince my 2 boys to keep the faith and not go Dodger blue? Hard to do with this team. Here's the thing. Patience is a virtue, and good things come to those who wait. Sure, maybe you've waited a lifetime if you're a Padres fan because it's been over a half century. But no. In fact, one of the beautiful things about sports is the suffering element. If you're a fan of the New England Patriots and you're 25, it's only been good.
Right.
If you're a fan of the Golden State Warriors and you're 25, it's only been good. Like Jim, he used to be a Kings fan, but switched to the Warriors because the Warriors got really good.
No, I didn't do that.
So yes, Jim made the switch, but tell your
Okay.
kids that hold out because the Padres long term are well positioned because of Peter Seidler. And we could argue the roster and AJ Preller's abilities and all that stuff. They're still well positioned. So let's not go jumping off any bandwagons. You might want to do it in 2023, but the future of the franchise is not jeopardized by this team going 80 and 82. They're still going to be around.
Look, we are all on this ride together this year. We no way in hell are we going anywhere until this thing is finished. Until this is a definitive, either they win or they lose. Either they're eliminated or they freaking win the World Series. We are on this stupid ride until the end of this season, no matter what. So,
So your boys should too.
Yeah, just stay the course.
Stay the course, sucks. Man. It's easy to be a Dodger fan.
Yeah, I mean, well,
life's about suffering. Tell them be men.
Well, Dodger fans suffer because they haven't won a regular, legit World Series in like 30 years.
Yeah, but it's still easy to be a Dodgers fan.
True, because they always win in the regular season.
Yeah. Carlos, thank you for your generous super. He says, haha, go Dodgers. Sorry, little brother. Maybe next year.
Thanks for supporting the channel then.
Maybe next year for you guys as well, by the way. I can predict that. David M., thank you for the super. He says, Jake, Suarez, Darvish, and Bogarts all overpaid. Let's go through this. Cronenworth, fair. Suarez, I'll wait on that.
TBD.
Darvish, it's going to look like a bad deal if I was guessing.
You didn't have to give him 6 years. Like,
no,
they didn't have to go 6
They
for
wanted
100.
the lower AAV.
God.
And Bogarts, if I was guessing, is going to look like a bad deal. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad 11 years. I'm guessing it's going to look like a bad deal.
I think he'll have a good couple. He'll have maybe 2 or 3 good years in there.
2 or 3 good years. Whoa. I mean, it's an 11-year deal.
I know, but I'm just I mean, he's
maybe
not getting any younger, and he does not look good this year. It's been bad. I apologize. That's probably my fault because
you jinxed him, man.
I did. It's just all my fault. Blame me, guys. It's the media.
Everything. I like that. Yeah. Jackson Leonard, thank you for your generous super. Thank you guys for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box. He said, would you guys believe at the start of the year that HSK would have an 810 OPS more than halfway through the season? Just an insane year for him. He's been incredible. I mean, for him to lead off a game with a home run, you take a lead against the lowly Pirates. He hits another home run later in this game. I know you're down 8-1. Now, he made a foolish base running blunder. He's done that like 4 times the last 2 weeks. But that's fine. He hit 2 home runs. That's more important probably than the blunder. But he's had an amazing year. I mean, you look at the WAR, you look at his defense, you look at his offense. He's had an amazing year. I think Jackson's 100% right.
If you told me at the beginning of the season that he had the 810 OPS, I'd be like, this team has easily the best record in the National League, or maybe probably all of baseball.
Right, because you couple that with the other 4 players.
You're like,
and Cronenworth.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my God, you get a dream season from Hassan Kim, who I'm probably arguably one of the best second basemen in baseball. I got to look at what other second basemen are doing, but he's up there. He's in the top echelon. He's the best defensive infielder, or one of the best defensive infielders in all of baseball. His versatility is, I mean, it's crazy. He can play 3 positions in the infield, all at a Gold Glove level. So yeah, if you said he had an 810 OPS on July 24th, I'd be like, this team is the best team in baseball by far.
I agree. Jackson, thank you. Great super. We're going to get back to the supers in a moment. We want to remind you about our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz. I've been texting with Mark all night.
Probably not the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for all Padres fans. And Mark's a lifelong Padres fan and a native San Diegan and a huge supporter of this channel, has been since day one. We can't do the channel without your support, our viewers and our listeners. And we can't do it without the support of our title sponsor and our partners overall. Including our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. I always tell you, he can save you a lot of money just by switching your insurance, $750 or more. I've got homeowners, earthquake, and life insurance through Mark, 3 policies. And he's saving me money on every single one. We had a claim in here, homeowners, last year. He took care of everything, a flood, thousands of dollars, put us up in a place for 2 weeks when we had to leave our place. And It was simple and easy because of Mark. He's a great insurance agent. You can get a quote online for free. Click the link in the description down below. Auto, home, life, right? Earthquake, renters, condo, whatever it is. Mark will take care of you. Or just call him. We'll talk to you about the Padres struggles. He'll talk to you about your insurance. If you have a renewal, before you renew, call Mark. If you're looking for a policy that's brand new, call Mark. He's going to save you money. And again, what separates Mark from others is his customer service and his detail. And take that from me, because I've been working with him for 2 years and I had a claim in here last year. So if you support this channel, Mark supports this channel as well. Do business with someone right here in San Diego and get in contact with our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz.
Yeah, all his information always is above my head. mnimitz at farmersagent.com. If you want to reach out to him and, talk, you can complain about this Padres team, go right ahead. He would love to talk Padres baseball with you. Also, he can help you with your insurance. So mnimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap Up Show sent you.
Click the link in that description down below if you have any insurance needs and you want to support our work here on the Wrap-Up Show. Sad Fryer, thank you for your membership and the super. This is funny. He says put Cronenworth in the bullpen.
I mean, he did.
There are worse ideas.
There are, and he did strike out Mookie Betts. I think it was last year.
And he I was pitching for Tampa in AAA. He was a 2-way player before the trade, amazingly.
But that contract alone and giving him that deal at the time they did kind of just summarizes what's wrong with this front office and AJ Preller and a little bit of Peter Seidler, as far as just throwing money out to throw money out and doing deals to do deals. Like the Carpenter 2-year deal, that's a shit deal. The Drew Pomeranz deal, that's a shit deal.
Mm-hmm.
The Jake Cronenworth at this moment in time, it could be better. But, I mean, a guy that's declined every single year and he's in his 30s doesn't look great right now. Bogart's deal, it could change. Okay. He could have a great 11 years here with the Padres, but year 1 has been a failure. No doubt about it. It's maybe just wait a little bit sometimes and stop always being so reactionary. And maybe that could be a lesson that he, implements during this trade deadline.
I thought you were going to say when he's the general manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, when he's the manager, of
well, you got. Yeah. But to your point, at the trade deadline, I keep using this word measured. This is not the deadline to be like, I have an idea.
No,
right? Let me do. If I make these 6 moves, buy 3 parts, sell off 3 parts. I mean, let's not get too cute here. I mean, I have to have an eye towards 2024. I'm not officially waving white flags, but I have, quote unquote, a good enough team to win, according to the players in the clubhouse. Everyone's saying it. Tatis, Machado, Musgrove, Bogarts. So let's not go crazy here. If anything, I'll sell off. Again, with a measured approach. I can add a piece back when selling off. I keep one eye on 2023. Maybe they make a run. Haven't done it for 101 games. Maybe they make a run. But if that doesn't work out in 2023, I'm putting everything towards 2024. But to go all in on 2023 and take away from 2024, to me, is short-sighted. JD Gacho, thank you for your super chat. He says, what if only the Dodgers met that Snell price, Jim? I'll answer for him. No chance in hell.
No.
Doesn't work like that. You don't trade with the Dodgers.
Nope.
You could trade Jake Marisnik. You know, I mean, give me an example of a player that could, you know, a waiver deal, someone, a DFA player, whatever, and they'd probably still kill you. By the way, Matt Carpenter would probably hit 500 with the Dodgers.
What if the Dodgers gave you their top prospect? And I don't know who that is, but
no. Sorry, doesn't work like that. You cannot trade Blake Snell to the Dodgers and then put them in a better position to win a World Series. It just doesn't work. Correct?
Okay.
I mean,
I wouldn't
Giants
do it.
Trading with the Dodgers? I mean, you just can't.
Never. You never, ever.
Or the Yankees trading with the Red Sox? I mean, and I'm not saying it's that same level of rivalry. Clearly, it's not. But you cannot position the Dodgers to have a better chance to win a World Series.
Well, they would never call the Padres because they know that the Padres would.
No, again, it's fine if they call. Who was the outfielder that was terrible for the Padres? Like a waiver deal?
Trace Thompson.
No, and the other one, the dude that the Padres got from the Dodgers.
Oh. Wait.
Someone put in the chat. You know,
the Padres got from the Dodgers?
Yeah, it was like a waiver deal or something.
Beatty?
Yeah, it was.
Matt Beatty.
Saying that level of deal.
Matt Beatty.
Yeah, I have no problem with that level of deal. If Matt Carpenter got traded to the Dodgers, I'd be like, fine, who cares?
Matt freaking Beatty.
But if Blake Snell got traded to the Dodgers, I'd be like, are you serious? Like that's a curseful type moment. Like you're creating a curse doing something like you're asking for trouble.
By the way, I haven't seen it anywhere. Anybody know what Bob Melvin said tonight about this game?
I have not seen it anywhere.
Anybody know what like Manny Machado said about this game?
I haven't seen it anywhere.
I mean,
I'll find it because I know AC's probably got an updated article.
I'm sure Manny didn't really have time tonight to speak because he spoke before the game. So why speak after the game?
He did speak before the game. I don't really have a problem with Manny Machado right now. I mean, he's been good.
I don't either. I just when you're the captain of the team, you're the captain of the team. So that's who I look at to see how the wind's blowing with them. And a lot of times it's all over the place. You know, very, very there's a lack of level-headedness sometimes, I feel like.
There's no urgency here, and that's really a problem. JD Gasher, thank you, says a 4th-round pick won a Cy Young recently, John. I think he's talking about Blake Snell, what you get back for Snell if you hold on to him. I could care less about the next 4th-round pick of the Padres, who will be in the big leagues in
2030.
No, maybe. Even if it's 2026 and then they're a Cy Young winner in 2029, I mean, I don't care. I get your point.
Nobody cares.
All these picks are of value, but I'm worried about this team that's in a tailspin over the 2029, Cy Young season of the Padres' 4th-round pick in 2024. David M., thank you for the super. He says, should we have signed Drury, Bell, Profar, or Xander? That's an interesting conversation. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, Drury, Bell, Profar don't handcuff you because they all would have been short deals, 1 year or 2 years. Xander's 11 years. So, listen, it's easy with hindsight to say that the Xander contract is not desirable. It's very easy to say that right now. So, I mean, right now, the Xander Bogaerts deal doesn't look good. Right now, the Padres don't look good.
You got shoved by 2 guys that you'll never remember ever again. That you'll never hear
from. Who was it? Preston
ever again.
Quinn or what's this guy's name?
Who gives a shit? I don't care. They lost to
this
2
guy
guys.
Was making his 2nd appearance in the big leagues.
The Padres in back-to-back days gave pitchers their first ever major league wins. Think about that.
That's crazy.
Think about that.
It's crazy.
Right. The guy on Sunday for the Tigers, that was his first major league
win. I don't even remember his name. By the way, this guy Priester is so new to the big leagues. When you click on his name it's in the app, it just goes to the A to Z guide. They don't even have him at MLB.com.
I was wrong. The guy on Sunday for the Tigers, he's already had 1 win.
You're an idiot.
He's 2-4. Alex Fado, whatever.
Yeah.
6 innings, 1
ERA over 6.
6 innings, 1 hit. Give me a fucking break.
That's ridiculous.
Oh man. Well, didn't they give? Oh, what was it? No. I'm thinking of someone. Okay, never mind.
Is anyone put it in the chat or put it? You don't have to do a super if you want to. You can just put it in the chat. You're buying and why? What's your theory here? What's the play?
Everyone else sucks.
What's the angle? And that's a fair angle. And what are you buying? What's the play here? Is anyone really buying? Is anyone going, quote unquote, all in? You're going to trade a top 5 prospect to improve the 2023 team? Is anyone doing that? Trading a Merrill, Salas, Lesko, Snelling caliber player to improve this 2023 team that can't beat Fado and Preeter, whatever these guys' names are with the Tigers and the Pirates. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, I don't get it. And I've been saying now for a long time, I cannot buy. Like, I can't responsibly, that was the word I'm looking for. I can't responsibly buy. And yet they probably still will. You know?
Mm-hmm. They probably will.
And then they'll be 5 games out, and that's doable.
Or they'll stand pat and be like, we believe in this team. We have the right pieces in the clubhouse. They just have to play better. Bet you they say that.
I honestly, if they sold at the deadline Josh Hader for a high-level prospect, I don't know how high, not as high as a starter, but maybe a top 10 prospect within an organization. That varies, but you're getting the 10th, 9th best prospect in an organization, and you couple that with Snell, and you're getting 2 top 10s or 1 like top 3. So I'm getting 2 top 10s for Snell or 1 top 3 and a top 10 for Hader. Or I could lose those players at the end of the year and roll the dice on this team doing damage. You tell me what's better. You want to roll dice or you want 3 top 10 prospects coming back?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, then you can talk about some other moves. Seth Lugo, return top 30 prospect. Right? I mean, you can start really bolstering, and I'm not just saying do it for your farm. I'm getting some talent coming back, hopefully, that is within a year away. I'm getting guys in AA. And now they can impact me in 2024 potentially. That's what I'm looking to do potentially. There's a huge fly. I mean, this fly is huge. I'm not much of a fly killer.
Well, at least you're dealing with flies instead of rats and mice. So,
dude, that don't even get me started. I would move if I had rats and mice.
Well, we do.
And then you need to wait. What do I hit this thing with?
Your hat. Do it with your hat. They can't see black.
No, dude, my hat. Then I'll have to throw out the hat.
No, you don't. Dude, you're never going to catch this fly. This is going to be a disaster.
He's gone.
Oh, God, this is a disaster. Just use your hat. What do you...
Didn't work.
Yeah, no shit.
He saw it coming.
Yeah, duh.
Because I was like so slow, by the way.
You know what? Screw the wrap-up show. I want to just see you go around the house trying to kill this fly.
It's so loud. You know that? Like, they're so loud.
No, I want you to go around your house, and I want you to try to kill this fly. We got 350 people watching, and I want 350 people to watch you try to kill a fly.
Next week. That's after trade deadline content. Okay, David, thank you. He wants
the content we need, John. We need you to try to kill a fly.
Okay, who do you blame here? In what order? Let's rank these 4. Even Melvin, Preller, the big 4 as one entity.
Oh, we're blaming people now? Ooh, perfect.
Here's what I want to do. Hitting coach is 4th, whoever the hell that is. From there, I would put AJ and Big 4 on like a similar pedestal. You could argue if it's, let's see. I mean, Tatis, Soto, Machado have all been at least like solid or better. So I'd go AJ, Big 4, Bob, hitting coach. What about you?
I would go Big 4, AJ, Bob, hitting coach.
Okay. I mean,
I would put
like that bad.
Well, yeah, over the entire season when you needed Manny to be Manny, he wasn't, and that turned into a spiral for this team. Bogarts has been a disaster all year long. I can't remember the last time he had like back-to-back amazing games. Soto's been good, and Tatis has been good, but the entirety of this season has been like, dude, just kill the fly, bro.
I don't know where it is. I hear it. This fly is the size of a 737.
Then if it's the size of a 737, shouldn't you be able to see the fly?
Okay, it's like a prop jet or prop plane.
So you could see the prop plane and the prop jet.
It's like a prop plane that flies would fly on.
Hey, Al has the right approach here in the chat. I 100% agree. I blame the stupid fucking fly. The fly is the problem.
Fly so much, and I actually did kill a fly earlier today, and now there's another fly.
Did you feel bad?
I told Kristen, yeah.
So you like literally like had this sinking feeling.
She's
in your
like, kill the
gut.
fly. I'm like, no.
Like, I
And she's
don't
like,
want to
yes.
kill
I'm
the
like, all right, fine.
fly. Oh no,
I killed it.
fly.
Then I went down the sink.
The fly's on your hat.
No, it's not.
Just hit your
I
head.
would know. No,
It's
I
on
would
your
know.
head.
It's not. I hate you.
Just hit your head.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not an idiot. But this is funny.
Facts.
Okay, guys. While we have a moment, again, we appreciate it. Please subscribe if you're here. Appreciate the supers. Click the dollar sign below the chat box, and appreciate your support of our partners like our friends at Aura. Their co-founder Will. I've been talking to Will today, actually, Jim. He runs a great company. He really does. He's a huge Padres fan. He's a longtime supporter. Longtime supporter of this channel. Pushing 2 years, to be honest with you, and he's got a great company. Plant-based nutritional products. ORA.organic, or click the link in the description down below. I've told you about their probiotic for over a year. I've taken it every day for over a year, and it's an amazing product. And if you're looking to cure some digestive issues, just for digestion, heart health, mental clarity, their probiotic is for you. I promise you that. They have proteins for after workouts. They have pre-workout supplements. They have omega-3 oils. If you're taking a fish oil, take the omega-3 oil from our friends at Aura, sleep pills, immunity pills, and much, much more at ora.organic, or click the link in the description down below. I'm a huge believer in this company and their products. Again, ora.organic. They've got offices in Liberty Station. Will, their co-founder, is a San Diegan and a huge Padres fan. If you're looking to get healthier, yourself, your spouse, your family, your friends, make sure to check them out. Amazing products. You can shop as you watch or listen to the wrap-up show. So check them out. Click the link in the description down below, or visit ora.organic.
Yeah, they have everything you need to live a healthy lifestyle. Go there right now, pick up some supplements. You'll feel better about yourself. If you want to start living healthy, if you want to just take a couple supplements here and there, you don't know where to go to Aura, www.ora.organic. It's all plant-based, organic, cleanest on the market. Go there right now, www.ora.organic. Pick up some stuff, and you'll thank us later.
Thank you again, Will. Hope you're doing well, despite the fact that the Padres aren't. Rich, I'm not sure if this was a super sticker potentially over on YouTube. I can't see it in our software, but thank you, Rich, not Rick. I'm an idiot. For hanging out. Thanks for hanging out at Blind Burrow and Fair Play and supporting this channel since day one, maybe before day one. Loyal viewer, listener, supporter. Rich, awesome to have you with us as always in the chat. Is that a super sticker? Can anyone see that?
Maybe. He also might be a little intoxicated. I don't know, because if I were him, I'd be drinking a lot of beers too, and I wouldn't blame him.
I know. I'm drinking Juneshine right now.
It must be nice.
It is. I wasn't going to, but I watched this game in its entirety.
I watched every pitch of this.
I mean, is that a 1-0 lead? You're like, they won, right? It's 1-0. They won.
No, as soon as
Pirates.
Carlos Santana hit his second home run, you're like, yeah, it's over.
2 homers and a double, and a ridiculous defensive play, laying out for a ball. Yeah, Jack Sawinski hit like for the cycle twice or something.
Former Padre.
I mean, it's crazy. And this is we talked about this. I have to further hammer the point. The Pirates in their last 30 games against anyone other than the Padres are 5-25. Over that same stretch, they're 4-0 against the Padres. They're 5-25 in their last 30 games against anyone other than the Padres. And they have 4 wins against the Padres in that stretch. 5 against every other team in baseball. 5-25, a winning percentage of 167.
Yeah.
And they're 4-0 against the Padres.
So what you're saying is, versus everyone else, they're 1-25?
No, they're 5-25 against everyone else, and they're 4-0 against the Padres.
Oh, sorry.
You're such an idiot. You're so bad with numbers.
I'm really bad with numbers.
I
was viewing that as they're 5-25 in their last 30 games, and 4 of those wins against the Padres.
Other than the Padres. David, thank you for the super. We did this last night. I mean, does anything? It's kind of a fun game, to be honest. Guys, you can put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. What do you think the Padres' final record is? They're 5 under.
I said 85 wins, I think.
I'm going under on that. I said 84 last night. I mean, I just don't know. It's even hard for me to say 84 wins.
The only reason why I think 85 is because, like, I just can't fathom them not having at least a 2-week stretch where they go like 12-3.
Right.
You know,
if they do that, they're going to be about a game out of a playoff spot, right?
Probably, and they'll probably be in a playoff spot because
It might be.
the National League sucks, and that's the thing here that it's, you wish that the Padres and you wish that they would go out there and take it and play good baseball and earn their way in instead of having to having to see all the teams in front of them lose and they happen to just back in. Like, okay, cool. They're in the postseason. Great. Anything
I don't know if
happens.
they can back in. You can't back in by losing to the Pirates and the Royals and the, like, are
No,
you
it's true.
backing
And
in?
they're 6 out. So they're not even like giving themselves a chance. And backing in, they would have to play at least somewhat good baseball.
Pedro, I'll make a bet with you if you'd like to. I think he's kidding.
I'll bet my house.
Yeah, but your house has like rats.
Exactly. You want it?
What do you mean, Chris? Have you been watching?
Fuck. Did you
Or
miss the
maybe
show like 2
chat. Are
weeks
you talking
ago?
about the chat or are you talking about us? Like, what have we possibly said tonight to lead you to believe that we're like, they're going to win the World Series and this is a team we should be adding to? I mean, have you been watching? This is the funny thing about doing what we do. It's so funny how people take your words. They're like, oh, like, you guys have been so critical of the Padres. Yes, we have. Have you watched?
We are watching this team and telling you what we are
And then
watching.
people are like, you guys aren't critical enough. I'm like, have you been listening?
The best one is that we're too critical.
We're too critical, or we're not critical enough. Like, I'm like, no. Our criticism is fair and valid. It's not. We're not reaching for it. We're not. It's fair.
All you guys do is bash the Padres.
And then other people are like, how can
the
you?
Padres suck?
And it's your fault that Bob Melvin is still the manager. I'm like, wait, what?
It's the media's fault that the team is where they are because the expectations were too high from you guys.
Now, Pedro says we told you that the season was. I don't know if he means over. He says early. I think he means over for 3 months. Can't back out now. I mean, nobody said it was over in April, but we did say there were problems.
More positive with this team,
And then it's like,
negative.
oh, and I love Jim is ridiculous. Isn't Jim the worst? Then I love this. Like, why don't you guys just wait until the season plays out before you like make any like judgment? I'm like, are you serious? Because we talk about them for 3 hours a day. So you want us to wait for the season to play out?
Yeah.
And by the way, 3 hours a day plus the wrap-up show.
Yeah, let me tell my non-existent boss we're not going to talk for the next 3 months.
You
about
know what
Padres
really
baseball.
works
Gotta
well?
wait this out.
Yes, what works really well in Sports Talk Radio is offering no opinion,
right,
in any way. That works really well.
Yeah,
Jim does need a week. He might need a year. He might need a career off, to be honest.
Yeah,
he called the Baconator from Wendy's today the Baconator.
The Baconator, dude. It was like a foreign word to me. Like I was like, "What the fuck am I looking at?"
Yeah, we'll stop doing our job.
I can't wait till someone clips me being an idiot here and puts it on
it's
social
gonna be
media.
amazing. I want you to like rage the next time someone comments something ridiculous. So please, here's what I want to see right now from the comments. I want to see ridiculous comments just so we like freak out.
Like, be serious.
Yeah, like make it so we're like pissed off.
Right. Give it to us. Just roast us.
Please. I like need it right now in my veins. While you do that, I want to remind you Underdog Fantasy is the best and easiest place to play fantasy sports. Great company. And if you use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, you're going to get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Again, promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Don't pull them up yet. You're going to get a 100% deposit match up to $100. They have drafts going on right now across all sports, including baseball, where you can draft just $3 per draft. You draft. You can even do it on auto draft. They take care of everything else. No trades, no waivers. It's simple. And then they have daily pick'ems going on right now. We missed it today. They had a Xander Bogaerts boost going on.
Go lower on that one, or
where you get like 2 times or 4 times, or like 8 times your money. But I don't know if they have that going on now for tomorrow. They had it for X, get it for Twitter. So they had Xander on boost.
Oh, cool. Huh.
You like that? Well, let's see here for tomorrow. They're going to bounce back, right? I'll take the higher on
Talking to me.
What?
Talking to me.
Yeah. I'll take higher on Tatis, 1.5 total bases. take higher on Machado. And then I'll take hold on. I'm not even looking. I could take lower on Vlad. 25 pays 150. You can insure it and still win. So easy to play. They don't have my location for whatever reason right now. So easy to play. Underdogfantasy.com. Use promo code PADSWRAP and get a 100% deposit match up to $100. All right, what am I missing?
I thought this one was just a funny ass from Steven. I don't know why I got this. Got me. We should reacquire Tupaquita Marcano so he can bunt foul for.
He was the one that got broke his knee tonight, right? I felt bad.
Tank says you guys suck. Thank you.
Okay, it's fair.
Cliff says Jim sucks. John swallows.
It's like Hell Week.
Hosmer was right to ban Jim from Petco. Yeah. Let's see here. I thought this one was pretty funny. Where is it at? Oh, I just hold on. Ask John how his wife
really feels. Freaking hates it. Is how she really feels.
Right.
That's how she feels.
There was one in here. That was
ask Aaron how she feels about this.
Yeah, where is it?
All you ever talk about is baseball. That's hilarious.
There was one that was like you could play tic-tac-toe on Jim's forehead. Oh, here we go. From John. You can play tic-tac-toe on Jim's forehead.
Okay.
Because it's so big. It's a forehead. It's not a 5-head, guys.
And this is truthfully what we're trying to accomplish. It's like when they're good, like last year, we're telling you they're good late. When they're bad, we're telling you they're bad. Like we are trying to give you our unbiased opinion. You may disagree with it, but we're trying to give you our unbiased opinion.
Why don't you guys talk about the Chargers?
I like that.
Let's start a irrelevant Chargers podcast that no one listens to.
Yeah, we should start a Chargers channel. That's a really good idea, Jim. Be fun.
You got your press credentials pulled from Petco because Jim's sneezing.
Honestly, there's probably some truth to that.
Probably.
There probably is.
Well, I don't have to worry about applying for postseason credentials, I'll tell you that.
I mean, this thing was bad. And, Darvish is prone for a night where he's going to allow 3 or 4 home runs. It happens. If you've been watching Darvish, this thing can happen. He can be hittable. And then offensively, it's like once you're down 8-1 at Petco, come on. That's like climbing Mount Everest. Right? And, they hit a couple of home runs from Kim. They scored, I forget how they scored their 4th run. They were quasi in it for a second, but not happening. Not happening at Petco. Home or road, to be honest.
I don't know why this is funny to me. I feel like rating some Tylenol. You never took Tylenol. Oh, that's right. I never took Tylenol.
Wait, what?
You want to tell everybody today about how I completely don't listen?
So what I learned is I always knew Jim doesn't listen to anything I say, which is fine, although not exactly a good characteristic of a co-host, but whatever. It turns out what I learned is Jim does not have the ability to read and listen at the same time, which is typically a skill of a 4 to 5-year-old that you acquire.
Yeah.
So when Jim is Jim will flat out be reading something, he'll read a script, and he'll be or he'll be just reading it, and he's constantly on the internet, by the way. So he's reading something every second. And I'll be like, hey, the Padres have lost 5 straight. And then he'll literally pause and be like, the Padres have lost 5 straight. Did you know that? I'm like, you are the worst.
What was it you said? You were talking about something. It was the end of the show.
The Bachelor. I'm like, are you watching The Bachelor tonight? And you're like, and this was after we just made fun of you for literally disregarding what Brent had just said 2 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
And he's like, Threads, right? You just asked me about Threads. I'm like, you're the worst co-host.
What'd you say about Threads? I asked about The Bachelor, you idiot.
I know people. Well, people know it if you've watched the wrap-up show when he repeats what I say, or if you listen to John and Jim when he repeats what I say. 90% of the time, I don't even say anything.
What's worse, me not listening or Threads?
Threads.
Yeah, Threads is pretty bad.
Threads is really, really bad.
I don't know.
I don't even know what else to say at this point. We'll be back.
We're losing
tomorrow.
our freaking minds. We're not even talking about the stupid Padres anymore.
We didn't mention the game. I mean, buyers. Ohtani. Ohtani. We didn't talk Ohtani. Don't count Preller out, Jim.
Bob Nightingale has joined the chat.
Probably has. Nightingale killed the Padres.
Someone check on Talking Friars and make sure Justin Bieber's okay.
What's that, man?
I don't get it.
Talking Friars. I mean, how do you justify this if you're Peter Seidler at the end of the year? What are you going to say? Not our year.
Fuck off.
Right.
I'm tired of it, dude. I'm tired of this bullshit.
Hold on, real quick. Let me just read the Nightingale quotes from earlier. I mean, he's kind of spot on. And I hate to say that. Where is this from? Where the hell's the Nightingale? Okay, here it is. No, where the hell's the Nightingale? He's talking Friars at it, right? What the hell did Nightingale say?
I don't know that they suck.
Man, did he take it down? Ben, where are you? You're supposed to produce.
Yeah, come on.
For free.
Do our job for us.
Please. It's your job. Come on. Was it yesterday? Oh, yeah, here it is.
Who cares?
Bob Nightingale thinks the Padres should trade Juan Soto. Actually, he's dead wrong. I wouldn't trade Juan Soto. But he basically said, like, this is an amazing line. The Padres still seem delusional, thinking they will get back into the race. Bob Nightingale. They've been mediocre all season, and nothing is going to magically change in the second half. I mean, is he wrong?
Me.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be dead. Unless I had a weapon.
Well, yeah, if you had a gun, you'd probably win.
Correct. Probably. Honestly, it wouldn't be a guarantee. It'd be likely.
You'd probably miss.
Thank you, David. This is good for our rip into us. You guys are totally hyping the Padres. Chill. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Yeah. Buy stock.
Yeah, buy now.
Here's the thing. Go win the next 2 days, and it's 3 consecutive series wins. That's good. Yeah. I know it's crazy as it seems, having lost game 1 to the Pirates when you got to get these games. Win the next 2 days, and you've won 3 consecutive series.
Yeah. All right.
And on this, Pedro, we're out. On this, Pedro, we're out. Okay, wait. Before we go, make sure to subscribe. Year-round Padres content for you. Got to subscribe. Just over 5,100 subscribers earlier in the week. Make sure to subscribe if you are a Padres fan year-round, in season, out of season, good days, bad days. Please subscribe. We are here for you. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when we have new videos. Smash the like button. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Please support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, Auto, Home, Renters Life, and more. He is our title sponsor. Click the link in the description down below. Aura, if you're looking to get healthier, ORA.organic. They have plant-based nutritional supplements. Underdog Fantasy. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or the Underdog Fantasy app. Use promo code PADSWRAP, PADSWRAP, and get a 100% deposit match up to $100. If you want the audio-only edition of the show, click the link in the description down below. We have a podcast version of the wrap-up show on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. talking Padres on John and Jim on the iHeartRadio app and San Diego Sports 760. Then back tomorrow night on the wrap-up show as the Padres try to level up this series at a game apiece. For Jim, I'm John. See you tomorrow.